Hello and welcome. You're watching News 9 live with me, Neha Khanna. On the show, we are going to focus on a development that can perhaps be described as a political earthquake in Maharashtra. Counted amongst the most astute and seasoned politicians in the country, Sharad Pawar today dropped a bombshell as he announced his resignation as Nationalist Congress Party chief. Pawar made it clear that he was stepping down as party president but not retiring from public life. A four-time Maharashtra chief minister, Pawar took his party and allies by complete surprise when he announced the decision at the launch of his autobiography in Mumbai. The announcement was met with extremely emotional reactions from NCP leaders and cadres, ranging from shock and disbelief to tears. The party voiced its protest against Pawar's decision, asking the NCP patriarch to withdraw his resignation. Pawar said, and I quote, "I'm with you, but not as NCP chief." NCP leader and Rajya Sabha member Praful Patel said Pawar did not take anyone into confidence before announcing his resignation. Sharad Pawar said, "I cannot forget that Maharashtra and all of you have given me strong support and love in the last 6 decades. It is time for a new generation to guide the party and the direction it intends to take. I am recommending that a committee of NCP members be formed to elect a new party president." Pawar's nephew and NCP leader Ajit Pawar told the party workers that his uncle had spoken of the need for a change of guard and that his decision should be seen in light of his age and health. Remember, for days now, there has been speculation over whether Ajit Pawar, former Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister, was planning to quit the NCP and jump ship to join the BJP. The BJP has in fact said in the past that it would welcome Ajit Pawar into its fold. And some NCP MLAs even expressed their support for Ajit Pawar amidst all this speculation. One of the many questions being asked is whether Pawar's decision has anything to do with his nephew's alleged political plans. Interestingly, Sharad Pawar's daughter, Supriya Sule, had recently hinted that there would be 2 big political explosions in the next 15 days. Pawar founded the NCP in 1999 after quitting the Congress and was the party boss all along. The former Union Minister and Maharashtra Chief Minister was instrumental in cobbling together an alliance between the NCP, the Congress and the Shiv Sena that eventually led to the formation of the Maha Vikas Aghadi government in Maharashtra, an alliance that took the political circles by storm. The question is, what happens next? Who will lead the NCP? Will Ajit Pawar stay on in the party or join hands with the BJP? Could Pawar's daughter Supriya Sule be the heir apparent to the throne? What does this tectonic development mean for the NCP, for the Maha Vikas Aghadi, for Maharashtra politics with state elections a year away, and for national politics with the general election under 12 months away and multiple question marks still hanging over opposition unity?
आणि इतकी वर्ष संधी मिळाल्याच्यानंतर आणखी लोकसंघाच्या समाजाची भूमिका मी तर कधी घेणार नाही आणि त्यामुळं तुम्हाला अस्वस्थता कदाचित वाटेल पण मी राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेस पक्षाच्या अध्यक्षपदावर निवडणूक करायचा निर्णय आज घेतलेला आहे. हे जरी असेल
सगळ्यांच्या भावना साहेबांनी ऐकलेल्या आहेत, पाहिलेल्या आहेत, आताही पाहतात. सगळ्या वडीलधाऱ्यांनी पण साहेबांच्या बरोबर जीवाभावाची साथ देणाऱ्यांचं सगळ्यांचं ऐकलंय. तुम्ही एक गैरसमज करून घेताय की पवार साहेब अध्यक्ष नाही म्हणजे पक्षामध्ये नाही अशातला भागच येत नाही. आज काँग्रेसमध्ये अध्यक्ष खरगे पण काँग्रेस चालले सोनियाजींच्याकडे बघून. त्याच्यामुळं पवार साहेबांच्या आत्ताचा वयाचा विचार करता साहेबांशी आणि सगळ्यांशी चर्चा करून एका नवीन नेतृत्वाकडे आपण ही जबाबदारी देऊ पाहतोय. ते नेतृत्व साहेबांच्या मार्गदर्शनाखाली पार्टीचं काम करेल.
आपण सगळे पवार साहेबांच्या नावाने मत मागतो. पक्षाला मत पवार साहेबांच्यामुळे मिळतात. आज पवार साहेब बाजूला गेले तर आम्ही कुणाला घेऊन समोर लोकांचं जायचं हा आमचा पहिला प्रश्न. अजूनही पवार साहेब यांनी पक्षाचं प्रमुख नेतेपद राहणं हे महाराष्ट्रापुरतंच नाही तर देशातल्या राजकारणासाठी, देशातल्या जनतेसाठी आणि वेगळ्या राज्यातल्या लोकांच्यासाठी देखील गरजेचं आहे. आज राष्ट्रवादी काँग्रेस पक्ष पवार साहेब या नावानेच ओळखला जातो आणि असं अचानक पवार साहेबांनी बाजूला जाण्याचा पवार साहेबांनाही हक्क नाही.
हमको किसी को भी नहीं थी, हमारे प्रदेश अध्यक्ष को नहीं थी, प्रफुल्ल पटेल साहब को नहीं थी, किसी को भी नहीं थी और हम सब उतने ही शॉक्ड है जितना एक सामान्य कार्यकर्ता है, उतना हम लोग भी सब शॉक्ड है. लेकिन हम सब पवार साहब को जाके आग्रह करने वाले हैं कि आप अपना डिसीजन वापस ले लीजिए. पवार साहब ने ही रहना चाहिए हमारा राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष, ऐसी हमारी सबकी भावना है.
लेकिन अगर पवार साहब ने जो डिसीजन लिया तो कुछ सोच समझ कर लिया होगा, कोई स्ट्रेटजी होगी, कोई उन्होंने सोच समझ कर ये प्लान बनाया होगा कि आगे कोई नया नेतृत्व तैयार करना है, किसको बड़ा नेता करके स्टेट में प्रेजेंट करना है कि नेशनल लेवल पे प्रेजेंट करना है. तो आपको ये निर्णय सही लगता है?
ऑब्वियसली पवार साहब जब कोई निर्णय लेंगे तो सोच समझ के ही लेंगे. इतने अनुभवी, इतने.
आपको लगता है उनका निर्णय सही है?
हमको तो नहीं लग रहा है क्योंकि हमारा कुटुंब है और कोई भी नहीं चाहता है कि उनके फादर जो है वो बाजू में हो जाए. पवार साहब हमारे पार्टी के फादर है, हमारे पिता है, वो बाजू हट जाए ऐसा कोई भी नहीं चाहेगा. एक कार्यकर्ता भी ये देश में नहीं चाहेगा.
तो आगे क्या स्ट्रेटजी है आप लोगों की? आप लोग जाने वाले हैं सिल्वर ओक?
पवार साहब के पास हम सब जाने वाले हैं, उनसे आग्रह करने वाले हैं, हम कोशिश करने वाले हैं कि पवार साहब ने अपना डिसीजन वापस ले ले. फिर आखिरी में तो जैसा पवार साहब कहेंगे वैसा सबको मान्य करना ही होगा.
तो जो कोर कमेटी बनाई गई है, अगर कोर कमेटी में कोई फैसला नहीं होता तब क्या होगा?
नहीं, कोर कमेटी जा रही है पवार साहब को ही समझाने के लिए. हमारा फैसला है कोर कमेटी का कि पवार साहब ने ही राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष रहना चाहिए.
तो आने वाले समय मान लीजिए पवार साहब नहीं माने, तमाम कार्यकर्ताओं को हमने देखा नाराज थे, नारेबाजी कर रहे थे. अगर पवार साहब नहीं मानते हैं तो अगला अध्यक्ष कौन होगा?
अगर मगर मैं नहीं सोच सकती हूँ. फिलहाल तो हम इतने शॉक्ड है कि हमको अभी वो ही हजम नहीं हो रहा है कि पवार साहब राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष.
आपको लगता है अजीत पवार में कैलिबर है या सुप्रिया ताई में है?
कैलिबर तो हमारे हर कार्यकर्ता में है. ऐसा कोई बिना कैलिबर के कार्यकर्ता
राज्य और राष्ट्र में फर्क हो? कौन?
राज्य में सबके अंदर क्षमता है. अब साहब किसको समझते हैं वो डिसाइड करेंगे.
So what should we make of this political earthquake that has occurred today in Maharashtra? How are things likely to pan out in the days, weeks and months ahead? Let's discuss this with our guests. Joining me on the show, Kiran Tare of News9, Dr. Suresh Mane, political analyst, Gautam Mukherjee, also political analyst, and S. Balakrishnan, executive editor of the Free Press Journal. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Kiran Tare, if I could start with you. They say normally only Sharad Pawar knows what Sharad Pawar is thinking, and today he has dropped this massive bombshell on his party and on the rest of us. Stick your neck out for us. Why has Sharad Pawar decided to quit as party president? Surely this goes beyond just issues of age and health?
This time we should make an exception because apart from Sharad Pawar, Ajit Pawar was the only person who knew about it. Ajit Pawar said it openly that he had decided to quit yesterday, which is on 1st of May. But since there was a Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi rally on that day, Ajit Pawar requested him to postpone the decision by a day. So Ajit Pawar knew what Sharad Pawar is going to announce today. This was the exception for the first time, very interestingly. My guess is that from the Sharad Pawar's point of view, this is the right time for Pawar to choose his successor. The election is at least 1 year away, the Lok Sabha election. If possibility are assembly elections and Lok Sabha elections will be clubbed together. So that means the new successor will get 1 year. Plus, there is an atmosphere against Ajit Pawar in the party itself. Ajit Pawar is not trustworthy. Ajit Pawar, his credibility is at its low because of the talks of his possible alliance with the BJP. This is the right time for Sharad Pawar to decide whether he wants to project Supriya Sule as his political heir. Even if he does so, at this charged movement, no party worker will take an objection. This is the right time for Pawar to launch Supriya at the national level as his successor. I think that is the bigger game plan.
That is the bigger game plan. Dr. Suresh Mane, come in here. Kiran Tare believes this is the right time for Sharad Pawar to choose his successor. The general elections and the Maharashtra Assembly elections are exactly a year away. Now, we've seen all the speculation around Ajit Pawar. Even today there is talk that he is going to jump ship and join the BJP. He is keeping everyone guessing. Mr. Tare says Ajit Pawar is not trustworthy. How do you see this panning out in the days ahead if it comes to a battle of succession? Are we likely to see Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar's daughter Supriya Sule in a sense slugging it out over leadership? Or is it more likely that Ajit Pawar moves to the BJP and Supriya Sule is then the heir apparent?
Last week only on some other discussion in channel, I openly said that the Sharad Pawarji is the most unpredictable politician of Indian politics.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, so what move he can adopt at a particular time and what its consequences for that immediately reacting in a particular way, that will not be a correct course of action. The time will also decide. But as a seasoned politician, as an articulated politician, he knows that he is at the last end of his political inning. And he will not be much active after the next general election. And therefore, he is silently transferring the political leadership within his own party. If we read like this as an independent man, then that will be correct to say so. However, he has also challenges, and one of the challenge is that how to resolve the political leadership deadlock or the issue within his own party. And for that, he is trying to settle it when he is quite active, when he is controlling the whole Nationalist Congress Party. And by that way, he may install a man of his own choice, a man or woman, whatever it is. But the prime question here it is whether it will be a choice within the family or outside the family. That will be a most important question, and that will decide the fate of NCP also. Because now, currently, the NCP has lost the political status as a national political party, has lost a symbol also at a national level. So, again, losing a national leader, founder, president, that will also have a serious repercussions on the future of NCP. So all these factors will have a long impact on the NCP career. He might have realized it, all these issues he must have considered. And therefore, when Lok Sabha is at the door, he must be thinking that his destiny of his own political party, own political child, should be shaped before 2024. And with that intention, he might have taken that kind of a decision.
Okay. There is no doubt that what's happened today is going to have ramifications not just for the future of the NCP. It is going to have ramifications for the Mahavikas Aghadi alliance. There are many who are wondering today what happens to that alliance. Will that alliance survive? We will get into that in detail in just a moment. But before that, Gautam Mukherjee, sticking to what this means for the NCP. Dr. Suresh Mane says that Sharad Pawar is 82 years old. He thought this was the right time for him to, in a sense, transfer leadership of the party to the next generation. He says it's not so much about whether it is going to be Ajit Pawar versus Supriya Sule. It'll be more interesting to see whether it is family versus the rest. How do you see this leadership battle panning out? We don't know if there's going to be a battle as such. That is just an assumption we journalists tend to make in such situations. But surely, given the astute politician that Sharad Pawar is, he has not taken such a major decision of stepping down as party chief without having a clear succession plan in place. What are your thoughts? We can't hear you, Mr. Mukherjee. Can you unmute yourself?
I think this is a way of easing Sharad Pawar out. There has been a lot of, if you like, backroom battling with Ajit Pawar, who has been his lieutenant in the NCP for a long time. When he wanted to go the BJP way, Sharad Pawar, who was more powerful at the time, exerted his influence, kept him in there. Sharad Pawar dominated the Agadi, but in the end could not help Uddhav Thackeray to survive. Now, Supriya Sule has always been away from the Maharashtra politics, except in a minor way, and has mainly been in parliament. So the chances of her taking over the party in place of Sharad Pawar, despite the being his daughter, are not so bright, particularly with Ajit Pawar always in a backroom aggressive mood. I don't see Ajit Pawar splitting the party or pushing off to BJP, because BJP will not want to upset Shinde at this point in time. However, it becomes an option for the future as Sharad Pawar finishes his Rajya Sabha term. How this pans out in due course, how many of the MLAs are with him, how many are not. When all of this becomes clear, then it becomes an option for the BJP in addition to Shinde.
Very interesting. Could Ajit Pawar replace Eknath Shinde as part of an alliance with the BJP? Would the BJP want to upset the apple cart? Eknath Shinde, of course, has made it abundantly clear that if Ajit Pawar were to join the government, he would have to exit. The faction of the Shiv Sena that he leads will need to exit. Let me go back to Kiran Tare at this point. Kiran Tare, there are so many dimensions to this. Gautam Mukherjee says that Sharad Pawar's daughter Supriya Sule has been far more active in Delhi than in Maharashtra politics. Therefore, her chances of taking over the reins of her father's party are not very bright. Though given the way dynastic politics operates in this country, some might argue that's not really entirely the case. On the other hand, the big question, before we really talk about what the BJP might want to do, the bigger question right now is, what is Ajit Pawar thinking? Is Ajit Pawar going to jostle for the post of NCP president now that his uncle has stepped down, and want to keep Supriya Sule away from that position of power? Or is he still eyeing an alliance with the BJP? The man said just a couple of weeks ago, I can be Chief Minister of Maharashtra today. Why even wait till 2024? So while it's very hard to tell what Sharad Pawar is thinking, right now nobody can tell what Ajit Pawar is thinking either.
I see two possibilities in this scenario. The very first possibility, Supriya Sule takes over as the NCP president, and she settles in Delhi politics as a national level politics. There are two advantages for that. First, the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, if it remains intact, Supriya Sule goes very well along with Shiv Sena and Congress. She has very good equations with the Thackeray family, and she has very good equations with the Gandhis also. Not like her father. When it comes to deciding between Ajit Pawar and Supriya Sule, definitely the Shiv Sena and Congress will prefer Supriya than Ajit Pawar because of his aggressive nature and, of course, the non-trustworthiness. That's one thing. What happens to Ajit Pawar? If Ajit Pawar, of course, we should not forget that Ajit Pawar is the person who enjoys support of the most of the MLAs and the MPs. He is more popular than Supriya. He is more accessible than Supriya. He is more astute. He is more aggressive and more on the field than Supriya. That is all good things for him. But if Ajit Pawar accepts Supriya as the leader of the party, as the chief of the party, what happens to his political ambitions? My guess is that in that case, Ajit Pawar will be asked to concentrate only on Maharashtra. If the MVA remains together, he will be asked to try to get maximum seats for the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi and fulfill his dream of becoming the chief minister. Of course, Supriya Sule will be in the Delhi politics. But if are all ifs and buts. But if Ajit Pawar doesn't like Supriya's elevation, then what next? That will be the bigger question. At this point of time, Ajit Pawar has said that I will be in the NCP. I will not quit NCP till my last breath. He has made this statement, and that is a very awkward situation for Ajit Pawar now if he breaks away. He can try to convince Supriya to align with the BJP so that he can fulfill his dream of becoming chief minister in 2024 in case of a hung assembly. Because BJP is not getting majority, NCP will get some seats, and the Shinde faction will get some seats. In that combination, Ajit Pawar can fulfill his dream. If the MVA remains together, of course, NCP will emerge as the single largest party, and Ajit Pawar can fulfill his dream of becoming the chief minister. It depends upon Ajit Pawar, how he takes the decision. Of course, we are assuming that Supriya Sule will be elevated as the party chief. I have a concrete information that the plan was finalized in 2021 on Sharad Pawar's 80th birthday uh, to announce Supriya as his political successor. That time, Pawar decided to postpone the decision because of the aggressive mood of Ajit Pawar. Remember that time Sharad Pawar, that time Eknath Shinde was in Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena was a united party. So that plan was deferred by 2 years. But now, if Ajit Pawar is going to accept Supriya as the party leader, I think that will change the political dynamics in NCP also.
It's very interesting what you are saying. However, what we cannot forget is that the election you're referring to is still 1 year away, and the outcome of that election is obviously unpredictable. So, let me put this question to Mr. Balakrishnan, who's also with us at this point. Mr. Balakrishnan, right now all we can do is speculate. So, I might as well ask you some hypothetical questions. Of course, nobody knows for sure what's going to happen next. Kiran Tare makes an interesting point. He says, there could be a balance of power in the days ahead whereby you see Sharad Pawar's daughter Supriya Sule taking over the reins of the party as its president, and Ajit Pawar is asked to focus on the Maharashtra State Assembly elections, make sure that the MVA wins a clear majority, comes to power, and Ajit Pawar becomes the chief minister and fulfills his chief ministerial ambition. The question is, do you see that happening? Do you think Ajit Pawar has the patience to wait for a whole year in the hope that the MVA will come to power and he can be chief minister? Because the man has been going around saying, why wait till 2024? I can be chief minister today. And if reports are to be believed, he's already been in talks with the BJP for several weeks now.
Neha, the whole drama which this one we witnessed in Mumbai today has to be seen in the background of the possibility of the Supreme Court's judgment coming up this week regarding the disqualification of the MLA supporting Chief Minister Mr. Eknath Shinde. I strongly suspect the hand of the BJP in this entire crisis. 2 days back, Amit Shah was here for the second time in a fortnight. He had talks with senior BJP people and all that. And even before that, Ajit Pawar has been making favorable noises. If you see in the speech which he made on May 1st rally, Vajramut rally at the BKC ground, he hardly criticized the BJP. The thrust of his attack was on Eknath Shinde. This man, definitely, I agree with you, he's not going to wait for 1 year for the next election. He's a man in a tearing hurry. And he is all set to join hands with the BJP all over again. Remember a couple of years back, in the early morning, 6 o'clock, even before people have started brushing their teeth, he, along with Devendra Fadnavis, went to the governor and got him
5:30 a.m. swearing-in ceremony that nobody can forget. A 5:30 a.m. swearing-in ceremony of Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar.
Exactly. So this is history repeating itself. And very significantly, Sharad Pawar was completely in the loop when that coup took place. Because no less a person than Devendra Fadnavis exposed Sharad Pawar, saying that Sharad Pawar was part of the meeting which took place to form the coalition government between himself and then Ajit Pawar. So what is it we are talking about BJP and loyalty and all those things? Ultimately, it's a game of power, and Sharad Pawar knows that his time is up, or maybe he is also under pressure from the BJP. So he is making way for Ajit Pawar to take charge. so that a new government, the post the judgment of the Supreme Court,
So, if I've
can take
understood you
place
correctly,
smoothly
Mr.
in Mumbai.
Balakrishnan, sorry to interrupt you, sir. You're making a very interesting point. You don't agree with Kiran Tare, who says that this is a battle for 2024. You believe he's a man in a tearing hurry. He wants to be chief minister today. The question now is, are we going to see Ajit Pawar break away from the party and join hands with the BJP? Or are you actually saying that Sharad Pawar has given his blessings to his nephew to, in fact, end this alliance with the Congress and the Shiv Sena and go, that is MVA, and go ahead and join hands with the BJP and form an alternative government in Maharashtra today with Ajit Pawar as the chief minister? Is that what you're saying?
Neha, you have hit the nail on the head. That is exactly what is unfolding here in Mumbai. If you see, Sharad Pawar himself he is having ED cases against him. And he is the person who joined hands with the BJP to form the government in Nagaland. And regarding the Adani issue also, he completely shot down the idea of a JPC. So whatever line he has been taking, it is in full alignment with the Bharatiya Janata Party. So it will be only as a continuing process that he must have asked Ajit Pawar to make preparations and then be ready to join hands with the BJP. So the prediction which Supriya Sule made a fortnight back.
She said there would be two explosions in 15 days. One of those explosions has definitely occurred today.
That's right. And then the other one will be the Supreme Court verdict. So a whole lot of political climate change is happening in Mumbai. And the MBA will be torn to smithereens because already there are so many, this one kind of, the fault lines are becoming very obvious. If you see Uddhav Thackeray in his May 1st rally, he made it very clear. He even went to the extent of saying that people should see as to how Gautam Adani has grown up from very humble beginnings.
Yes.
And he even suggested that Gautam Ambani's success story should be there in the textbooks. So with this kind of a stand, what is he talking
Okay,
about?
we don't know if Mr. Pawar will go that far as to say let's have a Gautam Adani chapter in school syllabus. But on a more serious note, before I take this to the rest of the panel, Mr. Balakrishnan, you've made a very, very interesting point here. Are you then also saying that Supriya Sule is the heir apparent, she is going to then be the party president? If Ajit Pawar becomes chief minister, who is going to be NCP president?
Then Ajit Pawar would like to be the party president and also the CM or deputy CM or whatever it is. Maybe Supriya, who's not used the rough and tumble of state politics, may be given a berth in the union cabinet with the concurrence of the BJP. And she's more comfortable in Lieutenant Delhi than in the gullies of Mumbai or Sangli, Satara or Baramati.
Okay, this is absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
This is absolutely fascinating. Dr. Suresh Mane, come in here. Mr. Balakrishnan has mapped it all out for us. He says this is what is happening in Maharashtra today. Sharad Pawar has given his blessings to his nephew Ajit Pawar to join hands with the BJP to form an alternative government in Maharashtra, replace Eknath Shinde. Ajit Pawar is going to be party president and chief minister, possibly both, or at least deputy chief minister. Supriya Sule probably gets a berth in the union cabinet, and Mahavikas Aghadi is going to be smashed into smithereens. He says, look at all the statements Pawar has made in recent weeks, and he has a point. When Rahul Gandhi criticizes or mocks Veer Savarkar, Sharad Pawar tells him not to do so. When Rahul Gandhi and the Congress attack Gautam Adani morning and evening, accusing him of corruption, Sharad Pawar says Gautam Adani is a great man who's being targeted, spends 2 hours with him at his house. And Mr. Balakrishnan makes another very fascinating point. He says when that coup happened with the 5:30 AM swearing in ceremony of Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar, make no mistake, Sharad Pawar was in the loop.
Neha, we have to consider some issues in a larger context. Number one, our Balakrishnan ji gave an example of Nagaland. I was in charge of one party for Nagaland for some time. Northeastern politics is dependent on center. If you don't join the government, all MLAs leaves your party. So that example don't fit here. So Nagaland is a different matter. Tripura or all northeastern states, very small states, they are dependent on the center and they always go with the center. So that politics is different. Secondly, as I rightly said earlier, issue is whether a party legal heirship, party political heirship will be within the family or outside the family. That is a main contentious issue.
But
And
sir,
what will be
with
its
due respect to you, you are still talking about it as being solely a matter of the leadership of the NCP. Mr. Balakrishnan and others are saying it goes way beyond that. This is practically the end of Mahavikas Aghadi, and you're going to see new political realignments in Maharashtra. You're going to see the NCP under Ajit Pawar join hands with the BJP.
otherwise also, like Sharad Pawar, we don't have a single leader with that kind of a mass vote appeal, even in NCP. That we have to first take into account, whether Supriya Sule or Ajit Pawar, whether they have the same potential of Sharad Pawar, that is yet to be tested and yet to be proved. So that is the one aspect. Second, as you said, with regard to Mahavikas Aghadi, definitely it will have an impact on Mahavikas Aghadi, because Sharad Pawar being a chief architect of MVA, I was also part of MVA, and therefore he will be definitely having a bigger impact on the MVA as a correlation between Sharad Pawar and the Congress and the
Okay,
Shiva Sena
okay.
leaders.
Sir, I am
But
running out
in
of
that-
time, so I will
but in
quickly
the-
give. Sir, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but I'm really out of time. I need to give the last word to Gautam Mukherjee. Gautam Mukherjee, you know, there are many who believe this is pretty much the end of the MVA. The death knell for the Mahavikas Aghadi has been rung today. However, earlier you said you don't believe the BJP will want to upset Eknath Shinde at this point. There are those like Mr. Balakrishnan on the panel who are saying that is the exact plan. There is already an understanding in place between the BJP and the NCP. They are going to come together now and MVA will be history.
Well, I don't see it quite as pat as that. I think this provides, in the event that Sharad Pawar takes, Ajit Pawar takes over the party and the MLAs back him. I don't mean just his section of the MLAs, but the party as a whole. Then I think Supriya Sule, who is largely an NRI and has no grassroots support to speak of without her father's backing, will be sidelined. It'll be a bit like what has happened in Tamil Nadu with Stalin consolidating his power vis-a-vis his brothers. Now, whether the BJP will be all that willing to take NCP on board, as long as Sharad Pawar is around in the background, I am not so sure, because Sharad Pawar is quite a Chanakya. He can pull the rug at any time.
Yes.
They may well think that it is better to stick with Shinde, who is a more straightforward person and somebody they've worked with without too much conflict.
Okay.
The rub will be after the elections, who will be the chief minister. If they go in with Shinde, they can work out a pact.
Though that
I
election
don't
is still
see
a
them,
year away, Gautam
taking on
Mukherjee.
Ajit Pawar all that easily.
Okay, okay. I take your point. One thing that we can all agree on is that Sharad Pawar is, you know, a Chanakya in Indian politics, and he is also a very unpredictable man. Before we go, I need to read out quickly a tweet that's been put out by Sanjay Rawat in Marathi. Kiran Tare, very quickly, 30-minute response from you. You know, this Marathi tweet by Sanjay Rawat translates roughly into: there was a signal to rotate the bread, but only the pan was rotated. Please decode this for me and the viewers.
No, Sharad Pawar had indicated that there will be some changes in the party structure. So everybody thought that the party leadership will be changed, not at the first level, but at the second level, third level rank leaders. There will be some new general secretaries to the party. There will be some new vice presidents to the party. But nobody expected that they are going to get a new president to the party. So that is what Sanjay Rao is saying. Here, I would like to make a last point, Neha, if you
Yes,
allow me.
very
That
quickly.
I definitely agree with Mr. Mukherjee what he's saying, that for BJP it is very comfortable and convenient to work with Eknath Shinde rather than Ajit Pawar. Ajit Pawar is very ambitious person. BJP will not try to dig out his own grave by inducting Ajit Pawar and by giving Ajit Pawar the more powers. They are comfortable with Shinde. Shinde is a person who listens to Modi and Amit Shah. We can't take a
Okay, I'm
guarantee
sorry, Mr. Tariq.
तो सगळ्यांना एक प्रकारचा शॉक होता. तो बसल्यानंतर साहेब बराच वेळ आपल्या सगळ्यांच्या सहवासात थांबले. नंतर पवार साहेब हे सिल्वर ओकला गेले. त्याच्यानंतर आम्ही काही लोक वर बसलो. त्या बसल्यानंतर पुन्हा आम्ही ठरवलं की बाबा तुम्ही काही आता उठायला तयार नाही, म्हणून पवार साहेबांनी स्वतः फोन करून सुप्रिया विखे स्पीकरवर तुम्हाला ऐकवण्याचा प्रयत्न केला. तरी देखील आपला हट्टीपणा आपण सोडला, तुमचा अधिकार आहे, त्याबद्दल मला काही बोलायचं नाही. त्याच्यानंतर आम्ही काही जण त्याच्यात विद्या चव्हाण असतील, वंदना चव्हाण असतील किंवा बाकीचे सगळे अनेक, भुजबळ साहेब होते, दिलीप वळसे पाटील होते, सुनील तटकरे होते, धनंजय मुंडे होते, रोहित पवार होते, चेतन तुपे होते, प्रफुल्ल पटेल होते, त्याच्यामध्ये अशोक पवार होते, शेखर निकम होते, असे बरेच जण, जितेंद्र आव्हाड होते. आम्ही सगळेजण, आम्हाला माहिती नाही, तो आपापल्या परीनं सिल्वर ओकला गेला. सिल्वर ओकला नंतर आम्ही सगळ्यांनी पवार साहेबांना सांगितलं की पवार साहेब, सगळ्या महाराष्ट्राची आणि सगळ्या कार्यकर्त्यांची तशा प्रकारची इच्छा आहे. साहेबांनी सांगितलं की मी निरोप दिलेला, कारण ते सगळं हे लाईव्ह चाललंय बरं का, तुम्ही जे घोषणा देताय ते तिथं साहेब टीव्हीवर बघतायत चॅनलला, आणि लाईव्ह चाललंय. मग त्यांनी मला, रोहितला आणि भुजबळ साहेबांना सांगितलं, सुप्रियाशी काही गोष्टी ते फोनवर बोलले आणि त्यांनी सांगितलं की तुम्ही आता तिथं जाऊन माझा निरोप द्या. ते म्हणाले की मला माझा निर्णय आता मी दिलेला आहे, परंतु तुमच्या सगळ्यांच्या आग्रहाखातर मला विचार करायला 2 ते 3 दिवस लागतील. 2 ते 3 दिवस द्या. आपण साहेबांना शेवटी दैवत मानतो, आपलं दैवतच म्हणतंय की 2-3 दिवस द्या. मात्र हे म्हणले मी विचार केव्हा करी, इथले सगळे कार्यकर्ते आपापल्या घरी निघून जायचं. ते म्हणाले की इथं लाईव्ह मध्ये मला एक पण कार्यकर्ता दिसलेला हट्टीपणा करताना दिसला नाही पाहिजे, आणि तुम्ही जाऊन आपापलं काय नाश्ता पाणी जेवण खावण जे काही असेल ते करायचं. ते म्हणाले तुम्ही जर बसलेला दिसला तर मी माझा निर्णय बदलणार नाही. त्याच्यामध्ये हे सांगितलं. त्याचबरोबर मी आता ते मीडियाला पण आम्ही सांगू, तर महाराष्ट्रामध्ये उस्मानाबादच्या जिल्हाध्यक्षांनी राजीनामा दिला, बुलढाण्याच्या जिल्हाध्यक्षांनी राजीनामा दिला. हे राजीनामे सत्र ताबडतोब थांबवलं गेलं पाहिजे. त्यांनी असंही सांगितलं की मीडियाच्या मार्फत सगळ्या महाराष्ट्रातल्या कार्यकर्त्यांना आणि सहकाऱ्यांना आवाहन करा की कुणीही राजीनामा देण्याचं कारण नाही. हे सगळं पवार साहेबांशी तासभर चर्चा करून आम्ही त्यांना म्हणालो की ते म्हणाले की ते तसं सांगून त्यांनी सगळ्यांनी माझ्या म्हणण्याला प्रतिसाद दिला पाहिजे. माझ्यावर जर ते सगळे अवलंबून असतील तर त्यांनी माझं ऐकलंच पाहिजे, असा पवार साहेबांचा आपल्या सगळ्यांना निरोप आहे. माझी, सुप्रियाची, भुजबळ साहेबांची आणि रोहितची, आमची चौघांची तुम्हाला विनंती आहे की आता तो हट्टीपणा बरोबर नाही. अंकुशराव, तुम्ही पण इथं आहात, बाकीचे पण अनेक कार्यकर्ते इथं आहेत, तुम्ही सगळेजण. मी प्रत्येकाची नावं घेत नाही, परंतु प्रत्येकाने आता आपल्या आपल्या घरी जायला पाहिजे. मात्र ते म्हणले मला याचा विचार करण्याच्या करता, कारण त्यांनाही देशातनं फोन येत आहेत, राज्यातनं फोन येत आहेत, काही जाऊन तिथं त्या ठिकाणी भेटत आहेत. ते म्हणले की मला आता हे सगळ्या गोष्टीचा विचार करण्याच्या करता 2-3 दिवस हे लागतील. एवढे दिवस मात्र तुमच्या बाबतीत घ्या. सगळं तुमचं भावनिक तुम्ही बोललेलं आहे, काहींचा बोलताना अश्रू अनावर झाले, काहींनी आपली आपली भूमिका मांडली, काहींना वाटलं की साहेब जर त्या पदावरून बाजूला गेले तर आम्हाला कोण बाधी राहणार वगैरे वगैरे. या सगळ्या गोष्टींचा त्यांनी पण खूप गांभीर्याने या गोष्टी घेतलेल्या आहेत. माझी खरोखरच विनंती आहे, आम्ही सगळेच जण, बस साहेबांनी भुजबळांना म्हणा, रोहितला सांगितलं तुम्ही जावा. सुप्रियाला पण फोनवर बोलले, तर म्हणले तिला बाजूला घेऊन पण काही गोष्टी बोला आणि त्या पद्धतीनं त्यांनी असा प्रकारचा निरोप हा तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना पवार साहेबांच्या परिवारातल्या जीवाभावाच्या कार्यकर्त्यांना दिलेला आहे. जीवाभावाच्या कार्यकर्त्यांनी आपण घरच्या कारभाराचं जसं ऐकत असतो, वडीलधाऱ्यांचं जसं ऐकत असतो, आपल्या महाराष्ट्राची जी संस्कृती आहे, परंपरा आहे, त्या परंपरेला कुठं बाधा येईल, आपल्या साहेबांना कुठं त्रास होईल किंवा एवढा मी निरोप देऊन तिघांना पाठवून पण हे हट्टीपणा सोडायला तयार नाही. असं जर झालं तर ते म्हणले मग तुम्ही हत्ती येणार, तुम्ही माझेच कार्यकर्ते, मी डबल हत्ती मग तर म्हणले मी ऐकणारच नाही, असं त्यांनी सांगितलेलं आहे. तो निरोप आणि त्याला साक्षीदार रोहित एक असं आम्ही तिघं होतो आणि आम्हाला तिघांना इथं पाठवलं. बाकीचे सगळे जण इथं थांबलेले आहेत.
दादा हिंदी में भी बता दीजिए. दादा हिंदी में कार्यकर्ता को संबोधित
कार्यकर्त्यांशी त्यांच्या जीवावर आम्ही आहोत, त्यांच्याशी तर बोलू द्या. काय मला कळत नाही.
सगळ्यांना विनंती आहे, दादा परत जाऊन आलाय. 2 दिवस साहेबांना विचार करायचा अधिकार आहे का नाही?
All right, if I could go back to Kiran Tare at this point. Kiran Tare, we would be very grateful if you could translate for us what Ajit Pawar just said there to reporters. He's obviously referred to some meeting that has been held.
Of course, Ajit Pawar said that he has conveyed Sharad Pawar's message to the party workers, which according to Ajit Pawar, Sharad Pawar has agreed to reconsider his decision in next 2 days if the Karyakartas go back to their home places. That is what Ajit Pawar is trying to convince them, that please go back to your own places, don't crowd here. Sharad Pawar has agreed to reconsider his decision, but there is no guarantee that he will reverse his decision, but he has definitely agreed to reconsider in next 2 days.
How interesting is that, Kiran Tare? The fact that Sharad Pawar has at least for now claimed that he is willing to reconsider his decision. I mean, clearly this is not just a major decision, it must have been a very well thought out decision. The man who founded the NCP today deciding to step down as president, why do you think he would now tell the party workers, okay, I will reconsider the decision, give me 2 days?
No, I think this is a tactic to disperse the party workers. The party workers have gathered outside the party offices, outside his office, outside his home also. So many people are coming to Mumbai. So I think that is a tactic used by Sharad Pawar to stop the Karyakartas, to stop the workers coming to Mumbai and create a law and order situation, trying to pressurize them. I think Sharad Pawar is not going to reconsider the decision because it's a very thoughtful decision. He has very future plans ready with him. I don't think he's going to backtrack on that.
Okay, Gautam Mukherjee, I'm sorry I had to interrupt you earlier because we thought we were wrapping up this discussion, but then Ajit Pawar decided to address the media. So, if I could come back to you at this point, what do you make of what Ajit Pawar has just told the media in Mumbai? Kiran Tare says this is just a way of getting party cadres to calm down. We've seen some very emotional scenes today, but clearly this is a decision that is well thought out, and Sharad Pawar is highly unlikely to take back his resignation.
Well, I think it's a power play that Sharad Pawar is adept at. What he has done is introduce some uncertainty to the pressure he's been under. He may go, he may not go, he may stay back by popular demand, and he'll thwart Ajit Pawar's attempt to take over the party once again. However, he is elderly, and I don't really think it is as nice as not having a rush of Karyakartas coming to him. This implies a lot because Sharad Pawar's NCP is leftist, and Ajit Pawar's inclinations seem to be more rightist. And if that goes through as is projected, despite this uncertainty which has been introduced back to back, what it will mean is a lot of people who are part of the support structure, lawyers, businessmen, people who support the NCP, the Karyakartas, of course, the MLAs, there will be a churn. There will be a churn because Ajit Pawar's NCP is not going to be like Sharad Pawar's NCP. So is Sharad Pawar leaving or not? We never know with the old fox.
Never know with the old fox. You know, I have to agree with you there completely. Dr. Suresh Mane, Gautam Mukherjee says it's never over till it's over, especially with Sharad Pawar. You just don't know what may happen next. You cannot rule anything out. He's now clearly said, give me 2 days, I will reconsider my decision. Of course, no promises made, no guarantees given. Mr. Mukherjee makes another interesting point. He says if Sharad Pawar does decide to take back his resignation 2 days from now, with that move, he would have quelled the rebellion in his party ranks and thwarted Ajit Pawar's designs to possibly break the party and join hands with the BJP. So, which of the two is it? Is he trying to thwart his nephew here who wanted to join hands with the BJP? Or is he giving his blessings to his nephew and telling him, please go ahead, join hands with the BJP, I am behind you? Which of the two is it?
We have to again read beyond all these situations. As you know, that most of the leaders of the NCPA are in a clutches of either investigative agency like AD or CBI or income tax, whatever it is. So that's one issue. Second, how he will be in a position to maintain his relation with Modi or BJP at the center. And what kind of approach he is going to adopt, whether it is a conflicting or reconciling, that is the issue. And third, as you said, whether by such kind of a decision he is going to control the Ajit Pawar in Maharashtra. That is also one angle. Among these, as earlier I said, we have to see in between the two issues, whether to resolve the conflicts within the party or outside the party. And I think Sharad Pawar is, so as I earlier said, most unpredictable. He will try to control the party or the inner rebellion or revolts within the party. And Ajit Pawar will have no option but to go with Sharad Pawar.
Okay, last word to you, Kiran Tare. As fascinating as it is for us to play this second game, this guessing game, I beg your pardon, vis-a-vis this wily old fox called Sharad Pawar, fact is we're all confused now. So I'm going to ask you the pointed question I put to Dr. Suresh Mane. Is Sharad Pawar trying to rein in his errant nephew, if I may put it that way, somebody who's been in talks with the BJP and trying to, in a sense, unite his party, because we saw how emotional the party cadres were today? Or has Pawar Senior given his blessings to Pawar Junior to join hands with the BJP? Which of the two is it likely to be in your assessment?
It is not only Ajit Pawar who is in love with BJP. It is Sharad Pawar who had expressed his first love towards BJP in 2014 when BJP was short of 23 seats in Maharashtra. So it is very wrong to say that Pawar is advert of joining the hands of the BJP. It's no. Sharad Pawar always wanted to be a part of the BJP alliance. He could not do it because of several reasons. That one thing. I think in this case, Pawar has indirectly given a signal that if the new party president decides to join the hands with the BJP, I am not part of that. He will maintain his secular image, but at the same time, he will pass on a signal that you are free to join hands with anyone. So I think that is the most possibility. And plus, of course, but there is a if and buts. In Maharashtra politics, all the political journalists, they have stopped to predict anything in last 4 years. Because this
it's
is
very risky. I tried very hard to put all of you on the spot today, but clearly nobody is willing to stick their necks out, and I can't blame any of you, because Maharashtra politics in particular can be so unpredictable, and who knows what Sharad Pawar's next move might be. Who knows the driving factors behind Sharad Pawar's big decision that really has come as a political earthquake in Maharashtra. So what happens next? Will Sharad Pawar reconsider his Resignation, could he in fact take it back 2 days from now? Is he going to stick to his decision? Who is going to be his successor? Will Ajit Pawar stay in the party? Will the NCP as an entire unit go ahead and join hands with the BJP? Well, a lot of questions at the moment, but no answers. Watch this space for more. On that note, I'd like to thank our entire panel, Kiran Tare, Dr. Suresh Mane, Gautam Mukherjee and S. Balakrishnan. Thank you for sharing your perspective with us on what is turning out to be the political story of the week, if not the month. That's a wrap on the show. Thanks for watching.